Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is Thursday night, and it is time to get right back into the new show we're all checking out and seem to like so much. We're going to be talking about all things Poker Face, Season 1, Episode 2, and this one's called The Night Shift. And the two walking down this road with me, as usual, we have the one, the only, AK Detector of Creeps Incorporated. What's good tonight?
What is going on, my guys? What is going on? I'm happy to be here and chatting about this episode. This really is like my new fave show. My new fave thing that I've seen Natasha Lyonne in, I think.
Tickled. We picked a good one. She's liking it. How about you, Phantom? How we going so far?
Hey all, and I totally agree with AK here. New favorite show right here. If they even extend it to a season 2, I'll be even more
Come
happy.
on.
I'm all in for it. 2 episodes in and already loving every minute of it. Oh,
Facts.
what's up? How we doing out there? You guys liking it? Oh, so here we go. We start out in a small town with what seems like a local just standing there watching time go by, and it kind of gave me the feeling that he felt everyone else was going places, but he was stuck here and probably never getting out. And he also kind of gave me some Psycho Killer vibes straight out the gate with his peeping Tom ass, always staring through them binoculars. Like, how are you feeling about him right out the gate, AK?
I mean, look, my name says it all. As soon as he popped up on the screen, I was like, oh no. That now, whatever happens, he did it.
I disagree 100%, Jake. What's up, Jake Cruz? I see you out there.
I was flipping back and forth
Nah.
because when the subway guy took the knife, I was like, please don't tell me he's going to kill him on the roof.
I didn't think he was taking it up there just to kill him. No, I thought he was taking it up there to defend himself.
Yeah, me too.
Especially with him saying, well, you know what? I'll wait till we get in there because I have a very specific thought on that issue. We can talk about it.
Yeah, we got a few things to get there because, I have a few myself. But we're getting into it, and we have an ex-Marine working the local subway shop, and he seems friendly with the clerk at the mini-mart next door, and he even says if he wins his scratch ticket, he'll take her to Hawaii since she's never been. And then after hearing that flirting going on, Mr. Peeper Creepers decides to take his shot and invite her up to the roof across the street to watch the meteor shower. I'm like, buddy, read the room. Nobody wants you here. Like,
he low-key did, though, because he tried to say, if you would like to, if both of y'all would like to come up. He knew he was being off.
And yet he still just pushed it. I mean, I get it, you're all smitten with somebody, but man, I mean, come on. You are
he shoot his shot. He shoot his shot, So I give him like a point for that. He's still a creep. I give him a point for that.
I have a question about that creep though. How old was that girl?
20s.
Was she in her 20s?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
17-year-olds have looked in their 20s too, and I think it's like her dad or her uncle or something that owns the place.
Family, yeah, but I think it's their
dad. Okay.
But yeah, I felt like she was a little older. I didn't think.
I'm gonna go with college age.
I felt like the Damien guy was in his 30s.
In order to even work there, you have to be like a certain age, so she has to at least.
Not when you're in a family business.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, you're working at
like that.
At what was it, a mini mart?
In a small town, on it may be a mini mart, but it's a family-owned mini mart, and there's just that huge truck stop and 3 or 4 other buildings right there in that immediate area.
Yep, just like any small town out in the middle of nowhere like that. Couple buildings right there on the highway for people passing through, and that is it. Yeah, the look of him, he definitely fit the part. They cast the right man for that character because he was creeping me out right out the gate. And Damien had some balls walking up on that roof to tell that man to stay away from his crush, but not before helping himself to one of his beers. I was like, ruthless, son. Just gonna walk up there, take one of his beers, and then tell him to leave the girl alone? That was heartless. I didn't know about that.
That's not the problem I had with that scene. He went up there with a knife, and I didn't think he was just gonna outright go stabby stab, but I thought he took it for self-defense.
And even within the self-defense, I still thought he was gonna kill him, then hide the body.
And I don't think he had any super negative intentions at all. I never got that vibe from him, even with him grabbing the knife, and even when he started taking his apron off, I thought it was just about to be a fight because dude's really just being ew.
I mean,
But
I will say I did notice like there were beer caps strewn all over the roof.
all
Yeah.
over the
But when
place.
Damon opened his, he put the beer cap in his pocket. He wasn't trying to
Because
let it.
That's a good
he's a
observation.
clean person. But he said, you know, I have this sixth sense where I could tell someone's more dangerous than they were. And you didn't put that knife to his throat at the very opportune moment that you got in about the next 3 minutes.
I don't think it called for that. Like when they start yelling at each other though, and Damien grabbed Jed by the neck, like the back of the head. I thought sure.
I thought he was gonna die.
Damien was not yelling though. He was telling him the whole time to calm down.
Right.
He was speaking in a regular voice. Creeper was yelling and screaming. Yeah, when he grabbed him by the neck and dude stopped, that's when I thought, oh, Damien got that knife in his throat.
Yeah.
No, he really was sitting there trying to be the best counselor in the world. No, sir, you kill that man. You kill that man, and we would have not had any of the issues that we had.
I thought we were going to find out they're going to twist it and put Damien like making like he's all nice, but he's actually some psycho killer out from the ex-Marine or whatever. Because I thought he like they showed him grab for that knife, and then they showed him all close. Like they made us think that he stuck that knife in him. So I was like, oh man. But no, he was like you said, just trying to be a counselor and help him out. But man, that was a little twist right there. And no, he didn't stab him. He just gives him a little pep talk, and while doing so, he's scratching his little daily ticket, and lo and behold, he's actually a winner. Unbelievable. First of all, how is this Marine to be talking about like I just won while standing right next to the edge of a roof? Like you were just talking to Sarah, like talking like Sarah's gonna be so excited. You know this man has a crush on her. You know this man heard you invite her to Hawaii. Like this is just ignorance to me.
He had an out. Dude didn't even turn and look at the ticket. He just stood there like, no. And Damien looked like double check, like, no, yeah. You could have said no. What you said, you thought he was more dangerous than he looked. Why would you tell him you have a winning ticket and then you showed him how much it was for, sir?
Yeah.
Rule number one: once you win a lottery, you tell no one.
Nobody.
Once you saw you won, okay, have a nice day. Enjoy that meteor shower. I'm gonna hit the hay.
Right, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and roll on out of here. Thank you for this little half a beer, but I'm on shift. I gotta get back to it. Peace out. And then you go get the girl and cast a check and leave in the morning. What's wrong with you?
I'll tell you what you don't do is walk right next to the edge of the roof and stand there and talk about it. Like that man didn't take nothing but a finger push. Like you what? Like that was a bad little girl running after those people into the hotel room. Like, what are you doing?
I laughed because you deserve that.
Like, yeah, it's like how is everybody acting so new? It seemed like he was coming around until he shoved him off the roof. No, he wasn't. He was coming around to that money. He wanted to get paid. Like I see an opportunity, and of course he takes that opportunity to rid himself of this nuisance. Like, tell me who not talk to you. He can just take a walk off the edge.
He wasn't gonna touch me. I think had the ticket not been a thing, Damien would have actually been able to make it back to work. But then he said all that, and he was like, "Oh, nah, bro. Now I can't let you leave." He became Sonny from A Bronx Tale. Now you can't leave.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, it's not when I see my golden ticket on the way out. Oh, no. He even went down to make sure and to finish the job, but not before Damien gets that one last swipe in across the calf with his little deli knife. And, man, I tell you what, 2 inches lower, he could have caught that Achilles heel and put the man down.
Yep. That's what I thought he hit, but then he turned around and I said, oh, no, if he would have hit the right place, he wouldn't be able to move.
Yep. Get that Achilles heel. But he finishes the job and then dumps the body in the suspicious semi across the street. And like, how did Sarah or nobody else not see him pushing a dead body down the middle of the road, Phantom?
I was saying the same. I'm just like, they were like, no other cameras at all, like shooting, but I was like, hey, sheer dumb luck.
Cameras? He went right through the huge lit part of the street to get over there.
Down the middle.
Nobody looked out a window and saw him. Sarah,
so I think only the mini mart was like the only one that was like open at the time, really. Subway, yeah, but he was the only one that was working.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right.
Middle of the night, anybody could have drove by. Anybody could have been looking out the diner window.
The truck stop was right there.
Right there. I'm like, come on. Like somebody's gonna see something. This is ridiculous. Bunch of nosy bored people.
And no, wait,
No,
no,
they're New Yorkers.
There were people in that diner because that eventually.
No, they were closing. Remember,
is
because like Charles, not Charles.
There
Charlie
were
was
closing,
like,
but
yeah.
there were a couple people in there.
Still,
as we'll see later on. Yeah, I mean, Charlie and the one dude were the last ones out, but before that, there were other folks in there.
Absolutely, if somebody coming walking out the door, just timing, just a little too convenient. But then takes the murder man's apron back to the store, and I know it's a small town and business is slow, but man, there's a lot of convenience going around in all this. And then when he just wiped off, didn't even wash it, just wiped off that knife and stuck it back up for somebody to use.
No. He literally had the gloves on, and with the same gloves on that he was dragging that freaking body, took like a slice of turkey or something, and ate it, and then decided to take off the gloves. I'm like, what?
Okay,
why not take off the gloves, wash your hands, and then take a freaking slice of something?
Here's a question. Here's a question for y'all. Did anybody else like have a super random thought of you just threw away those gloves in the trash of a place that they're going to be checking for evidence?
100%.
Your fingerprints are inside that glove, bro.
DNA for sure. Absolutely. Get some skin follicle, DNA, be a fingerprint, something. I was just like, yeah.
Something.
Everything about this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was too much. And then the truck driver comes out and instantly notices that the lock in the back of the truck was busted and finds the body immediately. And I think if I found myself in that situation, I'd have found a much more secluded spot to be dumping a body, not just like start my truck, drive across the street. I mean, I'm taking that body out and feeding the coyotes.
You know what? I agree with you. But when I think about who that character was and we found out who that was later, it made sense.
I mean, she's pretty smart and knows how to stay off the grid. I'm not pulling. I mean, there's probably one town in 500 miles, and you're going to pull a body right in the middle of town and dump it there? Take that shit out to the desert and feed the coyotes and wolves. Come on. I was like, man, that was silly. Just silly. I mean, really, she did nothing but drive across the street, pull it back out, and drop it behind the dumpster. Like, at that point, she might as well have just pulled it out and left it on the side of the road where she was. It'd have been less suspicious.
I would low-key, like almost like a small mini blurb or deep dive into that moment, because he for real thought that he was caught once he noticed what she was doing. So I'm wondering, is he usually just completely hidden away from everybody's radar and people don't know? He just be sitting on the roof, staring at this little girl across the street?
Even the people, when they were watching the video later, they're like, one thing we can all agree on, he definitely deserved it. Like, she had the right to do it, or whatever, however they said it. But they were all on her side. Like, let's all agree that she had definitely.
The way it was framed, yeah.
So, I don't know. But finally, we get to the star of the show, and it looks like she's having some car problems. And again, I like how they're shooting this series like Pulp Fiction style, jumbling all the
timelines. Yeah.
It's pretty tight. And I like when Cliff from Cheers tells her that there's hotels 20 minutes down the road, but her car's not going anywhere. Like, she gives him a look like, what am I do? What am I going to do?
Oh, shit.
He gives her a look like, not my problem, man. What's that?
I missed who that was.
The Giant Tamer never realized it either, but she was really into Cheers.
I totally missed it. I mean, I love Cheers. I should have caught that.
Hey, man, a murder's a murder. They got to have somebody that comes out. Those small towns usually have somebody come out from a bigger town when there's a murder or something like that.
A small little desert town? I don't know.
Spoilers, I'm not at the end yet. You got to catch up, Jake. Yeah, I know.
I was about to say, you better hurry up.
We're supposed to do Kaleidoscope tonight, but yeah, we're just going to stick with this until we catch up, and then we'll jump on the Kaleidoscope. So, yeah, we're going to be doing this for the next couple Tuesdays and Thursdays. But she heads to the local bathroom to clean up a bit, and there she meets Marge. And we can guess from the ponytails that Marge is actually the driver of the truck that Damien's body was dumped in. And the Giant Tamer noticed that right out of the gate. I didn't even notice that the driver was a female and had ponytail and all that. She felt that quick.
Oh, you thought it was a dude?
Kind of, yeah. I thought it was a
little first saw it, I thought it was a dude, too.
Yep, I thought it was like a little Mexican man or something, like somebody skinny.
I immediately caught that.
That's crazy. Yep, see, the women caught it, and we did not. Marge gives Charlie some pretty good advice about tending to her wound, but Charlie blows her off and tells her to mind her business. And good thing she didn't, or Charlie may have bled out right there on that bathroom floor. It's like, man, you never know who you're talking to. Could be your savior. Marge fixes her up with some super glue and tells her that she's the first person that she's talked to in like quite some time. And then when she said, "I'm getting that we're not going to be hooking up" vibe, I was dying. I was like, the last thing this woman said to you before passing out was, "Please don't follow me." And now you think you're hooking up? Like, I was dying kind of over that. Oh, it's cracking me up. So the two head over to the local diner, and you just gotta love small towns. Like the sign says 24 hours, but the waitress says, "Nope, you gotta go. We're closing." She just looked at her like, "Uh-huh," and then still had the nerve to ask, "Can I sleep in your warehouse?" Like, dude, this woman's trying to get rid of you. Be smarter.
Again, small towns.
I mean, it just seems like she's a genius, but has zero street smarts. Like, what's up with that, AK?
I don't know. I don't know. And I'll say, because I know I'm not gonna be here on Tuesday, like unless we end up going on earlier. But I did watch the next step. No spoilers, because none of these stories are really connected like that. But it seems to be a trait that stands. That I get why she ended up in the position that she was in while she was gambling. Because it's I don't understand how you are like legit a genius. Why can you not read the room in the moment?
Yeah, exactly. Like
it doesn't make sense. Like, you're too smart for that.
She says the lie detector outside of poker doesn't really work, it's not as useful as you'd think it'd be. But still, I mean, you were out there
clearly
money. Like, you have to be smarter than this to just not get got. I mean, she seems to have zero stupid.
And also, I don't believe that statement that she said anymore. She clearly could open up her own PI services and make bank on this shit.
Yeah, right.
She just happens to be in these random ass places when random things happen. Ma'am, capitalize on this.
Exactly.
She partnered up with Jessica Jones.
I'm saying.
Put those talents to use.
Oh, that's a tag team.
But she's out there waking up on picnic tables next to buzzards, and like when she walks back to the diner, she sees the cops are there, and there has been a murder. And she finds out Marge is being charged with the murder of the sandwich artist, and she cannot believe it, even though Marge was a bit of a weirdo. But man, Damien was like taken out before he had his time to shine. Like, sounds like he was onto something special with that new cheese and aioli sauce. He had to admit, like, she said that regular sandwich just wasn't as good as when Damien put that new special touch on it.
It never is good.
It's Subway. Come on now, y'all. Y'all know Subway.
It's always what's not on the menu that's good.
Yeah, Damien sounds like he had that little special touch. Like he sounds like he was onto something. My man was just put out.
That restaurant workers, ask any restaurant worker, you know that's why we make our own shit when we're in there.
Exactly, make it just a little bit better. I was surprised Jeb was actually even smart enough to go buy another Gold Rush ticket after all this. Like, I was like, this dipshit's gonna get himself caught, but that was actually a good move on his part. And then he's sitting there shaking it like he's scratching it. He's just sitting there moving his arm back and forth. I was cracking up. I was like,
I didn't think that was a good move at all. Like, I figured that he was going to be the one that did it, like I said, when I first saw him, but even more so after this move, because bro, those things are heavily regulated, even in your little small town. This ain't gonna fly under the radar if you try to turn that ticket in, because they really do investigate that shit.
No, and I wouldn't have even. I would have went somewhere else to cash. You don't cash it at the same place you bought it. You just go there, get yourself on camera, and then you go somewhere else to cash it. Like, get away from all those other numbers and being able to compare it and all that other madness. But yeah, they might have ran back. Who knows? Like, something like that, they may have ran back the camera and figured out the same thing Charlie did. Like, wait a minute, that number don't match up. But they'd have to see the other ones. But if the camera could read those, they were seen. The thing I could not get past this episode was the only two sides of underwear conversation. Like, after that, every time I saw Charlie, I just could not help but think, like, she's been in those same clothes for a week. She must smell so bad.
Unfortunately.
Lord.
She's doing on bird baths. Even then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah, bro. The way women biology works under there, it's 3 holes, bro. For stuff to come out of, man.
Yeah.
And oh God, who says the like what time or part of the month is going on here? That could be even worse.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't get past it. Every time I saw her, I kind of cringed. I was like, oh, she's so gross right now. And every time she got close to somebody, I'm like, you just have to reek. Yeah, it was killing me.
Like I know you got stuff in your car, but you
Marge
ain't got a lot.
No, Marge ruined me on that one. I was like, God.
She must have been used to it. They all have been.
So she gets Sarah to look at the store's film footage, but it wasn't pointing the right way, so she couldn't see anything. But she does, however, tell that Jed just won the lotto that day, and Charlie's lie detector skills just go into full mode. Like, man, Jed just cannot make a friend either. Like, it seems like every time Jed buys some beer, everybody just comes over, takes one, and then instantly bounces on him. I was like, oh, that's the one thing I almost felt bad for him. Like, everybody's just stealing this man's beers and then leaving. Like, you're just trying to make a friend and hang out and have, sip one with him. But she heads back to talk to Uncle Jesse and takes a look at his camera footage, and she notices that the tarp has moved and a chunk of the footage is missing. So then she climbs up onto the roof looking for clues, and she finds a big one, the quarter from Sarah's collection that Damien used to scratch his ticket was there. And also, she finally calls bullshit on Jed's lies. And at least she was smart enough to rapidly get down from the roof after calling him out. Like, she's finally starting to learn something. I was like, this girl, like, come on, learn on the fly, Charlie. Be better, because you're going to be the next one taking a leap. But speaking of learning, after studying a few different tickets, Charlie finds the detail that can nail Jed for the murder, the serial number on the card. And he even confesses to her. He has no fear because he Googled her and found out she's already on the run for multiple murders back in Nevada. Like, he knows she can't talk to the cops. But I was like, on that, I was like, why, Phantom? She can't actually be blamed for any of the murders. Like, I'm not sure how her name was even associated with any of those murders.
Now, you see, we asked the same question before near the end of the episode. It's like after the whole situation where they, like, ratted out your place is now dirty. What power does, Sterling have anymore? It seems like he still has power. So it's like he must still have control over the police. So now the police is going to be after her, and the blame of the death is still going to be on her instead of suicide.
Yep, Jake.
That's
Jake's
just
thinking
one
like
body, though.
What's that?
Like, that's what it is, though, from the death of the son.
Okay, but Jed said multiple murders. Mm-hmm. So what else is
unless they must be also blaming the death of her friend.
Put that in on.
I'm guessing it's also her friend and
the husband.
That's
the husband.
Yeah, but I guess they assumed that it was suicide, but now I'm guessing the father must have manipulated the news more to have it look like she was part of it.
Suppose that's possible. That's possible.
I mean, he still has
that's the only assumption we have so far.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm just like, how is she like? How can they blame her for any of it? I guess.
Yeah.
But absolutely, and I agree, Jake, 100%. She should have waited, like old boy was telling her to, get that money, and then done all the other bullshit. Like, be smart. She just, like I said, no street smarts, nothing. But trying to do the right thing. So she tries to leave town once again, and because she's running out of time, but she can't bring herself to leave Marge just hanging like that, so she heads back to the diner to figure it out. And it looks like the locker isn't the only word she has trouble remembering. This episode, she could not remember the word fox. So it looks like not remembering words is going to be a thing this season. Just not sure what it's all going to mean. You have any ideas, AK?
I have none. That's what I told y'all last time. It wasn't just that one issue with the locker. There's a lot of times she can't remember things accurately. So I'm wondering if this is a Chekhov's gun where we have to see a payoff on this, or if it's just going to be one of those things you look at her and you don't understand.
Yeah, it seems like it. It's like going to be like one key detail she like has to like that she's going to be forgetting that relates to the whole thing. Like the locker, she has to know the locker combination, whatever. Just the word locker. Here it was just fox.
It's that whole situation trying to.
So I'm guessing like every single episode is going to be something she just can't remember.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So with some help from some of the other truckers, she's able to figure out the info she needs to help free her friend, or at least get her off for the murder charges, because I was instantly thinking she's still going to have to deal with all the illegal drugs and medical supplies she has in her truck. It's not like they found a dead body in that truck and didn't search the entire truck.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I just had another thought. In the whole remembering thing, she had issues trying to put on paper what the animal she was trying to remember looked like. And that the next thing that moved on immediately was asking those same people about a song that she again could not remember what it was more than just a few beats, not even lyrics or anything. And I'm like, ma'am, how what is actually happening here? Is there some brain trauma that
Well, I
we
mean,
need to figure out?
that's a thing. I mean, there's always that time like you can't. What's that song that da, da, and you start humming it and trying to get other people like, what's that song? And I just felt like that was out one of those situations. And then boom, the other truck driver starts singing it, and then it comes down because Fox was like the main word or whatever.
That's how she remembered the animal.
Yeah, so she
was
finally
on
like,
the side of the thing.
So yeah, it was just all part of the Fox correlation why she couldn't remember. And yeah, they're gonna have to. That's gonna have to be some kind of payoff. That's gonna have to be a deal. Or are we just watching a female monk series? Like,
Yeah.
I also was thinking of
that's
Monk when I was
it.
watching this too.
Oh, that's what the Giant Tamer said. She's like, she started getting nervous. She's like, they better not turn this into Monk. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
totally
really hope not.
yeah, like Monk or House or one of those. Is like it was almost starting to get that feeling to me after this episode. But I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna play fandom and stay on that fence for another few episodes. See what happens. Oh, but she cannot stay in this town any longer. Time's up because Cliff just pulled into town and time to hit the road. But the snooty waitress assures Charlie that they'll take care of it. And speaking of taking care of it, Abe tells Jed that he noticed something had happened to her brakes, so he went ahead and went on and fixed them for her. He also let Jed know that he now knows. He knows it all. So yeah, Jed's gonna get
Just like that. I forgot. That, I don't know if it was a meme or whatever. He knows. Like thing just went right through my mind. I was like, damn, because he keep on saying like, oh, with his hearing aid. I was like, at one point in the episode, I'm like, I bet he's gonna eavesdrop on something and pretend like he didn't hear it.
He did.
And pretend like he didn't hear it. And then near the end of the episode, I was like, oh shit, so he actually did hear it. And he was like playing off on something, like he wasn't hearing anything. He was like to adjust it.
Oh, remember when Jed admitted to the murder, and then he came in and like he heard the high pitch of it.
He was like, "Oh wait, y'all cool? Y'all good?"
Yeah, remember?
I meant like before that, when originally, during the beginning of the episode, when he was like changing it, I was like, I wonder, will he ever eavesdrop on him admitting he did the murder?
Right,
and it happened near the end of the episode.
The only thing with that is, I don't think he absolutely meant to. I think it was actually what he said. Is I happen to have my ears on just a little too loud here at that time. Let me go make sure your car started up for you, looking good and whatnot. And I think that was the clue into where, oh, nah, he absolutely just heard him confess.
Yeah, no, I was the complete opposite. The way he came in and the way that high-pitched scream came in, he knew those two were in there talking about something, so he turned those things way up just so he could hear what they were saying, and he heard it. And then when he came around the thing and got closer, they were way too high, and he hit that high-pitched sound, and he had to turn it down. So I think they were up that loud so he could be out there hearing it. He wanted to know exactly what was going on. So yeah, he came in and he's like, oh, and that's why he knew some shit was up. He's like, oh, this is going deep. So that's how he knew to check that car, and then saw that he had messed with the brakes. So he went ahead and fixed that for real quick too.
And I was wondering if we were actually going to get a solution for that, because we saw him cut her brake line.
Mm-hmm.
And but then after that, she was getting ready to go, and then she had to hurry up and screech and turn around. I said, "Wait, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Yeah.
Explain yourself. You got some explaining to do, Lucy. What's going on there?"
Cliff had to make one more stop. Absolutely.
And in the end, had her back.
In the end, Jed ends up burning the ticket, and as he's watching it go up in flames, the cops descend onto the auto shop. Game over. Would you have burned up that ticket, fandom?
Yeah, because at this point, it's like, what can I do with it? I'm about to go to jail.
Man, at least give it to Uncle Abe.
Give it to his uncle. I mean,
that whole last talk that they had, like, I don't think he would.
No, that wasn't no talk. That was Uncle saying, "Yo, I legit was out here treating you like my son."
And I think you would have accepted it, honestly.
Bro, I loved you. And I gave you everything, to where you could tell. Look how sloppy that dude was. Like, he looked like he smelled like a disgusting greasy spoon whose hot grease in the fryer has not been changed for over 2 months. Just you and your uncle let you get by being a shit person. And now we're here. Just nah.
I wouldn't
Now,
accept
at least try to float that to Uncle or something, or go over there and give it to your boo thing. But as soon as I saw him do that, though, I was like, you really thought that was gonna fix the situation? I said, yeah, enjoy that beer, bro, because it's probably gonna be your last one. And then the cop cars came up and the sirens were going. I said, oh, yep, there it is.
So that's another one down. How are we feeling about this show so far? We still loving it?
Still loving it.
Absolutely. It's got a bit of cheese in there. That they like we said, there's some things they're gonna have to pay off in the end. But yeah, this is great.
Yeah, as long as they don't go down that like female monk or house vibe.
Yeah, I don't want them to do that.
I'm not trying to get there with it, but like I said,
I don't care. I love House and I love freaking Monk, so I'm here for both. Actually, no, I don't think I've seen the last season of House. I don't think I did. I think I got spoiled on the ending, so I was like, "Fuck it, why am I watching this more?" But yeah, Monk, I saw all of it. Happy I didn't get spoiled on the ending.
Giant Tamer was in the Monk for a while, so I've kind of seen a couple episodes, but I've never seen an episode of House, and yeah, I don't know.
House, yeah, he was pretty good in the first few seasons, but he got mad repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's this episode. Got a couple trivia questions, a couple easy ones, a couple hard ones. We'll see if anybody remembers anything. If you know the answer, write them in the chat.
I got some notes down.
I got notes to make. Yes, high five, fandom. High five, little brother.
All right, because we got a couple questions this week, so that's good that y'all actually went in. We got some questions for you this week.
We got tired of losing everything, man. Can't be doing that.
Easy, hard. We're gonna get into it. We'll see how everybody does. Write it in the chat box if you're watching later. Put it in the comment section down below. Let's get it in. How long did Sarah's professor say Hawaii would be underwater?
30 years.
Boom. He's already ready.
There you
go. We getting it started. How often did Jed say the meteor shower happened?
Once every 33 years.
Oh man, back to back. Look at him go, folks. Look at him go. Oh, we already said it. Jake already wrote it. Let's get it. How much was the winning scratch ticket worth?
$25,000.
$25,000. Oh, a little bit more of a deep dive. What state was this little town in?
New Mexico.
Shit, too easy.
Yeah,
it's too easy.
The sign on the shop, bruh.
Yep, exactly. That's the only thing.
He is the most honest mechanic.
And he sure was.
Absolutely, and he was. She even admitted it. Oh, what road was this little small town located on?
Route 66.
Absolutely. Say it with the chest. Absolutely. Route 66. What time did Marge ditch the body behind the dumpster? Here's a big deep dive.
Was it 11:32?
Oh my God. It was 11:32. I thought I was doing things.
High five, bro.
I wasn't doing nothing. Oh my goodness. How much did it cost to fix Charlie's car?
It cost $400.
Oh my goodness! Look at them, folks. Yep.
See, this is why we take notes, DJ. Yep. Can we have you out here breaking us down all the time?
And I had to ease it up a little bit. There's a couple I was like, no, that's too hard. I'm not doing that. Oh, here we go. How long had Charlie been on the road this episode? I said it earlier.
Was it a week?
A week? 2 weeks?
A week, absolutely. It was a week. How long did Marge say it had been since she'd last spoken to someone?
272 days when not on a CB radio.
Ooh, incorrect.
270 days.
Ah, damn it.
Not counting. Yep. No, you said 270 something.
You said 272.
Yeah.
It was
270.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But not counting CB people.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not counting CB people. Yep, 270. Phantom's got your back. Keeping it in. God, are we 100%? This is ridiculous. Hold on here. Let me get something. What? Marge said she accidentally sprayed mace in her truck. It was the second time she ever cried. What was the first?
Watching Bambi.
She watched Bambi.
I was wondering what was going to be the first time. And I was like, what is it?
Y'all noticed she said when she watched Bambi, not at any point in time when she was a toddler or a young child of any given year. Marge, sit down. Go sit down.
Oh, that was amazing. It was amazing. All right, let me see if we can get a little more of a deep dive here. What was the bitchy waitress's name?
You got me.
Fuck.
You got me. And I was even looking at trying to look at a name tag.
I don't even feel good about it. I had to take it to a name to stump somebody.
DJ, you about that? See, you about? I just let off like
Let
the
me
biggest F bomb. You about to
see.
have my auntie out here yelling at me.
Uh,
I almost want to say Susan or Kathy or some nonsense,
Yeah.
but that's not it.
I can't.
Oh,
I
that's
gotta
all right.
like Google it to find that one out.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm bummed. I actually had to take it to a name to get somebody stumped out here. I can't even feel good
Who's
about
that?
that one.
Leslie?
Can't even feel good about it. Incorrect.
Damn.
All right, we got one though. Damn it, we can't be ever getting 100%. Oh, just a couple more. What was the name of the diner?
It was.
The Roadhouse.
Oh,
Yeah.
correct. Absolutely correct. Funny, you know that, but not her name. It was written in the same spot. But we did see the actual sign for the Roadhouse too outside.
And what's her name said it. That's why.
You already know, Jay. Sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes that's
At this point, after the episode, I'm just gonna go on IMDb and just like write the names of like everyone in the damn cast.
Why you think
and put it to the side.
writing every song down?
That's awesome.
Because he always used to comment on him, and you notice how many song questions we get nowadays? None.
Trying to stay away from it. Trying to stay away from it because I'm terrible with names too, so I get it. Oh, speaking of names, what did Marge name her gun?
Oh shit! Little. Damn it! Didn't I write that down?
I did too.
Is it Little Comanche or something?
You're in the right run.
Roscoe.
There it is.
Baby
Little
Roscoe. It was Baby Roscoe. Oh, damn. I thought we might have had another one in there. That was a name I wouldn't have felt bad about getting on. I like that one. How long did Marge tell Charlie she'd have before they'd come after her using the ATM machine?
4 hours.
4 hours. Absolutely correct.
And she was on point.
Yeah, she was. I mean, to the T, too, right?
To the T.
What kind of lotto was the winning ticket?
Gold Rush.
Absolutely correct.
I didn't remember that one.
You already know I'm going to get another one of these in, see if we got there. What time was it when Charlie tried to leave the small town?
That's a good one.
It was sometime in the morning. I don't remember.
She looked at her watch. Showed us exactly what time it was when she was leaving the town. Ooh, there we go. That was a deep dive, too.
I do not remember.
That was a tough one. What time would Damien stop in to bring Sarah a sandwich every night? Well, if I can't get them on names.
They were on break. Yeah, they were on. I'm going to just randomly guess 7 or 8 o'clock. I don't know.
Oh, that's my second go-to. If I can't get a name, let me get them on these times.
Freaking time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
okay, so yeah, what DJ is saying is if we review Ant-Man and the Wasp, we need to write down every time frame of everything.
Only if they specifically show it. Like when somebody looks at their watch, that's on there. That's a good one. Oh, yeah, we are staying away from that one, Jake. And we're going back to a name. What was the name of the meteor shower?
Yeah, I totally don't remember that.
Oh, you know that answer right in the chat box. What was the name of the meteor shower? What nickname did Charlie call Damien the whole show?
What name did Charlie call Damien?
What's the question again?
What nickname did Charlie call Damien the whole show?
I don't even know that one.
Oh, look at my man Jake Cruz bringing it home.
Was it Subway or something like that?
Incorrect. Very close. I'll give you a hint. Look at my name. Oh, Jake, absolutely correct.
TJ?
That's funny. 10 p.m. Absolutely correct, Jake. Absolutely correct. Like, I got the time right. Yep, you called it 10 p.m. It's absolutely what time you brought the sandwich over. And last but not least, ended on an easy one. What state quarter did Damien use on his winning lotto ticket?
Hawaii.
Absolutely correct. You already know. I didn't write the answer in that one, so it's funny. Right. Bada boom, bada bing. That is it for this one. But yeah, it sounds like everybody's still loving it, still on point. And we're going to keep the party moving. We'll be right back here next Tuesday night talking about all things Poker Face episode 3. Oh, you guys got a trivia night to plug?
Yeah, this week is 80s.
Yes, indeed.
Doing 80s trivia.
Trivia tomorrow. The Last of Us watch along on Sunday. And Last of Us, whatever episode 4, I think it is 4 or 5, discussion on Monday evening. And then we're back here on Tuesday to talk about more Poker Face. If the time is right, I'll be here. If not, well, I will catch y'all on Thursday.
I just thought of something. So it went. Phantom's going to be here on a Tuesday. It's like, that'd be funny. That'd be sweet if you could come in double stream from the same spot or something like that. Might have to crush that week, but yeah, we'll see what happens. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, we're going to get it figured out.
Let's do it.
But one way or another, we're going to be back here next Tuesday and talking about all things Poker Face episode 3. So I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it gets better from here until we see you on the next one.